Hello ladies and gentlemen, and welcome back to DCUO Online. I'm of course Trex, and we're actually on my Ice Tank. We are on Arctic Ember, and once again this is video recognition and acknowledgement that I am wearing the full Atlantean warsuit from the summer event of last year. I'm wearing the entire thing. It looks so glistening, and the cape is just a cape. No, stop asking about the cape. It's just a normal cape. No, seriously, guys, just stop asking about it. It's just a normal cape. I mean, I just want to have something on the back. That's all. All right, moving on from the cape. I'm not coming back to the cape. I just... all right, so we're here going to do the Ice Tank Loadout / guide. Now, I've used this loadout for a while now. I've grown accustomed to it. This is something I'm very suitable with. There is another ability called Freezing Wave that we'll go into a little later that most tanks use, and I've used it a couple of times, but I flip-flop a little bit. But we'll go into the loadout in a moment. Let's talk about skills. So, now, yes, this is technically, he's still really fresh. There's some feats that I still haven't gotten, but I mean, I'm sitting at like 28 skill points. I've really just been playing just to get some gear for him, get his CR up a little bit, but I'm going to take some time to do skill points a little later. This is what happens when you have like a full-time job and doing videos, and you lose track of time and lose focus to try and get skill points. But he has 28, but I can still talk about what I need to talk about. So, in acrobatics, I had to put 6 in here because, of course, rocket assist, glide, grapple line, and glide line. A lot of lines. Yeah, so I had to put 6 points in the skill trees here and went all the way down to my breakout mastery. Let's look at weapons. Now, looking at a skill point reference, you really want to... Let me phrase it this way. Yeah, I'm sorry. As an ice tank, our #1 skill is defense and toughness. Technically it's defense, but I mean when you get defense you get toughness too, so that's why it's like kind of combined. But toughness is PvP, defense is whatever. It's of course PvE stuff. But our #1 stat as an ice tank is defense. We need defense. Lots and lots of defense. Once you have maxed out all the defense in your skill points, in your weapon trees, once you have all of the... switch over to bow, because bow actually has it. Once you have all your points into the defense innate, your next that you're going to want to work with will be the next skill point you want to put your points into will be dominance. Again, dominance is to actually help out with crowd control, because knockdown longer and everything, and also helps with damage mitigation. Thanks to game update 23 and 24, we have actually seen that dominance is now core aligns with restoration, or so 100% of dominance goes with your restoration, so this goes with your shields. All right, so all shields that tank and DPS use, they'll use 100%. I'm sorry, let me repeat. Your dominance also contributes to some of your damage mitigating and healing abilities as an ice tank. Wear Ward and Shadow Restraints is the biggie. They prevent additional damage equal to 100% of your restoration score combined with 100% of your dominance. So there you go. As an example here, we have, if you're in tank stance and your dominance is at 500 and your restoration is at 200, that gives you 700 damage mitigated. Pretty much means that's absorbed to you when you have your shield on. After you get your dominance, you're going to want to put points into health, and then you want to put points into restoration. Health is, of course, increases your health. Restoration, that's for your shields. Now, again, I only have 28 skill points, so I didn't really go that far through the tree. But, you know, it's a work in progress. So, again, as your stats that you want to start working with in your skill tree will be defense, dominance, health, and restoration. Health and restoration, really, you could flip-flop it. If you want to go with restoration first because you feel like your health pool is pretty good, go for restoration. But defense and dominance is a must. Defense is a must for ice tanks. Dominance is a must for any tank. Okay? So, that's it for the skills. That's pretty simple. I really wish I had more. Really wish I had more, because I think hand blasters, martial arts, I think that was it. So we went to dual wielding. And of course I'm using a shield because I like shield. There's no problem with that. So now let's look at the powers. Let's go to Iconics. In the Iconic tree, I went with Nano Weave Armor, so I can get the 50 defense. Went with Powerful Resistance, so I can get 100 health. And I went with Intimidating Gaze for 25 dominance. Now, I think some Ice Tanks may argue. I've talked to some that actually don't put points into the 25 dominance. For me, Intimidating Gaze as a tank, I always put a power point in it. It's like second nature to me. When I see it, it's like, oh, tank. Oh, dominance. Sure, why not? So, again, this is my spec. This is what I play with. This is how I use it. So, all you guys do what you want to do. And as long as it works and you have fun playing it. That's it. Alright, so we are here in the Storm tree. Let's talk about the tank role as an ice player. In the tank role, we, of course, all damage is penalized by 20%. And our dominance is increased by 100%. While using normal storm powers, which I don't know why it's worded like that, anytime you use your powers, your defense and toughness increase by 90%. Alright, so that's where we need to have more defense. Ice tanks are great with damage mitigation. Just great. Ice tanks can just take the damage and keep trucking. Fire tanks, not so much. We need to have our health skyrocket. So we'll take the damage, but we have enough health to pretty much go with it. That we can like, alright, look, I might be getting hit, but I can still take the damage because I have a high health pool. Earth tanks are a bit different. I have to research Earth to go back into that. But let's look at these moves, my power spec for storms. I went with an Inescapable Storm. That's, of course, a biggie. That's our pull. They just want to pull into us. Pull towards you. It also gives the Frostbite to the enemy. Let me actually make sure. Inflicts, yeah, okay. Next one is Arctic Gust. I don't really use it. Freeze Wave. Freeze Wave is the ability that I can sometimes switch back and forth. Freeze Wave, what it does is enemies with Frostbite may be rooted in place and form an icy field, damaging nearby enemies. That's a great single target to make sure that the target you're trying to hit stays with you, and then it can do a pretty nice AoE. But I mean, it's a chance on hit because it may be rooted and form an ice field. So as an ice tank, you want to keep everything towards you, and just in case someone's running or you get knocked back or something, that will help keep the enemies on you, of course. Next up is Bitter Winds. Great tank ability. That's greatness. It inflicts Frostbite to make enemies vulnerable to freezing. This is actually one that it creates ice around you, and any nearby enemies actually get that debuff. Next is Shadow Restraints. This is mainly it's a PvP mechanic, but we of course can use it in PvE and PvE. So what is enemies with Frostbite may be rooted and an ice field damage nearby enemies. So that's a nice little power interaction there. And in tank role, it provides immunity up to 3 teammates. So this is the group part. This is the group. I think Winter War that we're going to talk to in a minute actually does group as well. So I think there's like only up to 4, including yourself. Or, well, 3, whatever. Alright, and then finally, Wintry Tempest. The Wintry Tempest is Ice's form of Inferno. Instead of, like, gigantic fire, we have gigantic ice. Yay! Excuse me. Next up, in Cryogenics. Actually, I need to go back to Storms, because I meant to talk about the green up here that you see. When specialized in Industry, it gives you plus 5 critical attack damage and 25 health. In Cryogenics, we get plus 1% critical attack chance and 35 health. So you can get an extra 10 health if you put the more points into this tree. I think I actually have them both 6 and 6. Yeah, they're both 6 and 6. When you have something like this, a 6 and 6, if you're trying to figure out which tree you're specialized in, it's the tree that you put the last point in. So let's say that both Storms and Cryogenics had 5, or they each had 4. Or no, they had 5, so I had 2 left. They have 5. I go to Storms, put a point in there, and then go to Cryogenics and put my last point in that tree. That means that I'm spec'd in Cryogenics. It would be nice if we could see, like, I don't know, a little icon here or something to show that you're specialized in that role instead of having to worry about you. Oh, actually it does. Crap. Look at there. This little icon means that I'm specialized in this tree, so I got to 25. Wow, what the fuck? What was I thinking? Oh well, I lost 10 health. Whatever. Anyways, moving on. Using the tank roll in this tree as well, you of course get the increases your defense and toughness by 90%. That's of course going to happen. So let's look at our abilities I expect into here. I got Cold Snap, which is another tank ability. It grants chill effect, and gaining 5 consecutive chill effects activates Ice Armor. Ice Armor is completely different thanks to Game Update 24, so it's not that big, bulky transformation. It's just you have like these spikes of ice all around you now. Next is Frost Knight. Really haven't used this ability, but while imbued with ice with chill effects, targeted enemies take more damage and may become rooted. So this is another power interaction. You need to have chill effects on you, and you can do cool things. Next is Ice Bash. It grants chill effects, of course, and it's Ice Bash is the ice version of Fiery Weapon. There you go. Next is Reflection. A great shield. Great shield. It surrounds yourself with an essence of ice, causing damage to nearby enemies. Some damage from the next 3 attacks will be directed back at your attacker. So, of course, it reflects. It also grants chill effects and activates Ice Armor. And then, if you already have chill effects on, while imbued with chill effects, enemies that hit you may become rooted and encased. Or while rooted, enemies may be encased. So, the chill effects for Reflection, it gives you chill effects. And then enemies with chill effects may become rooted. And if they're rooted, they may become encased. Wow, talk about the trifecta. Next is Ice Boulder. Yeah, you're absolutely right. This is Meteor for ice. Yeah, look at you. Y'all, you people know. And the power interaction, if chill effects is while imbued with chill effects, enemies will take more damage and may become rooted. While rooted, enemies may be encased. Voila. Then last but not least, we went with Winter Ward. It surrounds yourself in a shield of ice, freezing yourself from control effects for a short time. You are protected from damage, and some damage is directed back at your attacker. In Tank Roll, it provides immunity to control effects and removes control buffs to you and up to 3 teammates and damages attacking enemies. So there. Each one does 3, the other one does 4. I don't think Shatter Strength actually works on yourself, but it may. I haven't noticed if it does, but at the same time, those 2 right there, they work perfect well in sync. So let's go to my loadout and see what I use. So when I start off, I can either lunge or technically I can use Inescapable Storm and bring them to me. That's kind of what I want, right? I want them all towards me, so I don't have to jump in there into the fight. But it's okay. Go in there with Inescapable Storm. You might want to go ahead and pop Reflection first to go ahead and grab yourself a chill effect. Remember, 5 consecutive ones give you Ice Armor, so I kind of like spam Reflection a lot. Next is once you have Reflection, if you already didn't use Inescapable Storm and you lunged in there anyways, go ahead and start with Bitter Winds to go ahead and get Frostbite onto all enemies around you. Of course, you got Wintry Tempest that you can open up with, or right there in the middle of a fight, just start freezing the whole freaking ground. And really just keep spamming Reflection to keep the damage mitigation going. Then I have Shatter Strength for immunity for my 3 teammates. And also enemies, so I can hopefully get someone rooted since they got Frostbite on them. And then Winter Ward. Now again, with chill effects, I can probably grab like another ability that has chill effects on it for a little bit of power interaction with that. Like Ice Boulder or something. I can probably put Ice Boulder in there maybe. Or Cold... I don't want to use Cold Snap. I already got something like that. There you go. I could use Ice Boulder Strike even. I don't know. But I mean, Reflection is the only chill effect I have in my loadout. You can easily put... you can take out Shatter Strength or Winter Ward. Put something else in there to have a chill effect so you can get your Ice Armor faster. And you can also do something... you can use the power interaction for it. For me, the power interaction I only really want is Frostbite so I can get them rooted. I'm okay with them being rooted as long as they're not going anywhere. Most of the time when I see an enemy encased, I can't do any damage to them, and it really makes me upset. Just really upsets me. So there you go. This is my loadout for Arctic Ember. I've been using this for the past couple. I've actually using this since Game Update 24. This is technically my same loadout from before. Actually, this was exactly my same loadout from before. I didn't change a thing. I mean, I'm definitely loving Reflection a lot more because with the restoration part. Does this mean that you want to put restoration mods in your gear? You can. I don't think with the new changes here, I'm not going to really narc on anybody to put that I see as like, oh, this ice person has restoration. That's cool. But if I see you as a DPS, I'm going to start questioning it. An ice tank with restoration mods, sure. Let's go with it. An ice DPS, no, I'm going to smack you. I'm going to probably give you a nice little wallop. But, of course, Ice DPS probably, I think they can use one of the shields as well, because they can use it, but, you know. But, remember, for an Ice Tank, our bread and butter, so to speak, is the defense stat. We need to increase our defense as much as possible, and our dominance to keep our damage mitigation up and high. Ice Tank's damage mitigation is possibly the best in game. I have to go and play around with Earth again. Earth was kind of a really hard thing, but I want to give actually a big shout out to Radiant and a bunch of the other guys, if I can find them. A bunch of the other guys in here. I'm actually using the Radium, Ice Metal, and Big Mo 77. This is the Ice Loadout guide. This is the Ice Guide. The chilly guide to everything ice from the DCUO forums. You can find the link below to find all this nice little stuff. They have their specific loadouts for DPS and also 4 different tank builds. 4 different tank builds. The standard tank, an angry tank, the ice cube maker, and the bulldozer. I recommend everybody at least trying them out once because they are pretty fun. Even one actually, the bulldozer uses the ice elemental that I think I might want to go play with. I like transformation. I don't know. But thank you all so much for watching. This is actually a lot shorter than my fire tank build. I don't know what changed. But thank you all so much for tuning in, and I'll see you guys next time.